So until 9th to 10th grade, I was planning to study aerospace engineering at college. And in my high school years, I did a physics research. So and I was kind of used to a scientific approach. But at the same time, as I was involved in the English debate or just international conferences where I made policies, I was kind of gravitated to policy making. In Japan, at least, I think this sort of policy making or just the political science and the kind of physics are completely separated under Japanese higher education system. But when I research about the U.S. schools, there is a double major system or some other systems that allow me to pursue those two different fields. So I decided to apply to colleges in the United States. So again, I'm interested in politics and policy making, and I'm particularly interested in political methodology, which is a kind of the study of how to craft the policies or just how policies should be made. And again, as I was a physics student, I like these quantitative research or quantifying everything in general. But at the same time, when I do an English debate, number or just these quantitative research is not really everything, because there's always a people's feelings or just how people's thoughts are not or just cannot necessarily be quantified. So I was really kind of finding a balance between these really objective data and something that are not objective. So not objective. So I'm planning to study government, also known as political science, at other colleges. So at Harvard, there's a data science track at government. So this is generally about how data science should be utilized in the process of policy making or just in political world. So I was fortunate enough to be accepted to multiple institutions, but Harvard. But what struck me about Harvard was about the people at Harvard. So obviously my peers will be so interested in certain issues or certain fields, and they have a lot of experiences player in high school. But at the same time there are some incredible alumni, especially in this political field. And in the future I want to work in this political field. So I think this sort of connections I will be able to make at Harvard will last I think for a whole my life. So I think that is something really special about Harvard. So I have so many things that I'm very excited about, but I think particularly living in different countries is going to be a very new experience to me. So I think obviously I have had some short trips or short-term study abroad programs in the before, but I could really see a really superficial differences between those countries and Japan. But by living in the United States for 4 years, I will be able to see the really deep differences or just how people really think about the social issues from a really deep perspective. So I think that's something really new to me, but at the same time it's something really exciting to me as well. So I started thinking about going to a college in the United States in my 9th grade, and I did some research about it. But for example, taking tests or writing essay, I started those things from or just in my senior year. So yeah, I generally spent a year to craft my application. So in my high school, there was no one applying to U.S. college other than me. So teachers were not really familiar with the process, and the Crimson was really supportive in every aspect of the application, from just a writing essay to making a extracurricular activity session on the common application. So I was really glad for the help, and also Crimson really respected and listened to my ideas really thoroughly, and in the end, my ideas was expressed in a way, or just in the best way, because Crimson mentors really understood my ideas and they really helped me to produce the best essay based on my ideas. So I think that's the best help I could get, I guess. So applying to U.S. colleges can be super stressful and also really complicated. So I think I was lost for a moment in the last year. But with the Crimsons or just with the friends applying to U.S. colleges, I could really kind of see my goal. I always could see my goal, just going to U.S. colleges or just studying government and just making friendships or connections with the people in the political field in the United States. So if you you like keep looking like what you want to do in the United States, I think you can do your best. So I think that's the advice I can like give you right now.